Hey, thanks for joining me to color. Today we are going to be working on my Color Wednesday blog post for April 27th, 2016. We're going to be using the My Favorite Things Harvest Mouse stamp set. The stamp set comes with the stamps, and in the store I also put the die with it, so you get a stamp set and the die. I will put a link down in the description box to the card kit and all the supplies I used. I would love for you to come shopping with me. If you have a question, leave me a comment. Otherwise, I have stamped my image on Neenah 80-pound solar white cardstock with Memento Tuxedo black ink, and let's color. Okay, so we're going to start out by doing the baskets. Let's go ahead and do this apple basket first. On my card, I did use the die to cut these out, but because they're so small, I just stamped them on the piece of the paper so that I could color them. But if I was doing it in real life, I would have cut out the piece with the die and then stamped it on there with my Stamp-A-Majig and then colored it. But because they're so small, they would have wiggled all over the place. So we're going to do our baskets. For that, we're going to use E44, 43, and 42. I'm going to start with E44. And let's start up here on this cute little apple basket. Bring a little bit in here from the sides. And let's do a little bit along here just to add a little bit of stain in there. And then I want to do underneath the rim of the basket. And then I want to go down each of these sides. So I'm just going to quickly do a thin line down each of the cute little stripes that are on here. And then I'm going to add E43. And then we want to add a little bit to each one of these. And then I want to fill it in with E42. And I'm not worried that it's not blended because I want to go a second time. So I'm going to again grab E44. So I want my basket to be a little bit darker. I should probably do these stripes here in the middle, or the band, and one across the bottom. And then I'm going to go with E43. Add a little bit to this band here in the middle and on the bottom. Make sure to do each one of these. And then go over the whole thing with my E42. Okay, then we're going to go down here and do the basket on top of our cute little mouse's head. So again, I'm going to go with my E44. So let's do this bottom band so I don't forget it this time. I'm just going to go ahead and color it all the way in, and there's a little tiny dab over here on the other side of his ear. And let's do the center band too. And then we'll add some up here to the top of our barrel. And then again, I'm going to go down to each of these stripes. And underneath of the basket rim. I'm going to go with E43. down each of these lines. And again, I'm going to go over it a second time, so I'm not worried that it doesn't blend all the way in. And this is E42. Okay, then I'll go with E44. And then E43. And then E42 to fill it all the way in. I think I'll make the band in the middle and the bottom a little bit darker, so let's grab E44 and just go over that a second time. Let's color the mouse next. For that, we're going to use W4, 2, 1, 0, and 00. I'm going to start with my W4, and he's got a little bit of top of his ear showing right here at the top, so I'm just going to color that in. And then for his hand, let's do this little pinky finger, 2 fingers, and then down the inside. And then I'm going to do the inside next to his sweater. That. And then let's do his tail. A little bit. And then for his body, let's do this leg right here. And a little dab right here along the front. And then I'm going to go with W2. And let's color in the rest of his cute little tail. And then we're just going to brush this. Let me turn him a little bit here. That. And we're going to color in his hand. And then I'm going to use this color to brush. Over like so. Then I'm going to go with W1. Let's get his body down here. So I'm going to color in the rest of this front leg. And we're going to bring this down. And let's do a little dab on this leg. Then I'm going to grab W0. And I'm going to color in the rest of his lower body. And we'll go up here and do his face again. And then we're going to fill it in with our W0, or W00. If you wanted your mouse to be darker, you could go over him a second time. For inside of his ear, let's use R02, R12, and R11. I'm going to do R02 first. Let's do a little dab right here in the center. And then we'll add a little dab of R12. And then we'll fill it in the rest of the way with R11. And I think I'll go back and just add my shadow in again. So I've grabbed R02. And I'm just going to leave this like this after I brush it on. So let's go down here and do it as boots. For that, we're going to use E49, E44, and E43. I'm going to do E49 first. So let's do a little strong line right along the edge of this side. And then a little line on the back over here and along the bottom. And then I'm going to add just a little dab of E44. Same for this side. And then I'll go over the entire thing with my E43. For his vest, let's use YG 97, 95, 93, and 91. And I'm going to start with my YG 97. And I want to give it a little bit of a shiny spot in the front, so I'm going to bring this around like this, or like so. And then I don't want it to be that stark, so I'm going to go ahead and touch down on top of that line I drew and flick away from it, making it a little bit wider. Then I'm going to go with YG95, and I'm going to touch down on top of my 97 and pull out here, and then 93. And I'm going to try to do a little dab on this side. And then I'll take my YG91 and just fill in the entire vest. For a sweater, let's use YR 14, 24, 23, and 21. Let's turn him sideways here and start with YR 14. I'm going to start on his sleeve and just go with a little dab of this on the back. And then I'm going to use this color down here on a sweater. I'm going to go clear across the bottom and all these little lines that are down there. And then I want to pull it out until it comes past his vest. And let's color the top of the sweater there, the collar. And next we'll go with YR 24. And we're just going right over the top of our YR 14 and pulling past with our Y24, or YR 24. And next we'll add YR 23. And then YR 21 to fill it in. And I use this to go over the entire colored area. That'll soften this little line I got going there. And I think on the front of his sweater I'll add another coat of YR 23. And then dab just a little bit with my YR 21. For the cherries in his basket, let's use R37 and R20. I'm going to start with my R37, and I just want to give each one a little swash of color and leave a light spot at the top. So you can decide how much color you want to add. And here's one that doesn't have hardly any, so I'm just going to fill that little dabbling one in. And just cover some of these up. And this one. And then I'll take my R20 and just swirl around each one, the entire thing. Kind of mush the colors together. That. Then we'll go up here and we'll do these apples. For those, we're going to use R39, 37, and 20. So I'm going to start with my R39. And let's do right along the edge here. Add in some dark in here. And then we'll add a dab of R37. I'm going to leave a little bit of white at the top of each one for my R20. And then again, I'll take my R20 and I will just swirl it over the entire apple. So there is our beautiful apple basket and our harvest mouse all colored up. Again, this was for Color Wednesday blog post of April 27th, 2016. And if you would like to see my finished card, head over to the store blog on April 30th, 2016, and you can see how I finished it up. I hope you had fun coloring with me today. If you have a question, leave me a comment. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.